Alright, so I want to speak about perception. So, when people are going through the world, they have like a certain mental state they're in. So they could be happy, they could be feeling confident, or they could be feeling, unconfident or insecure about themselves. And everyone perceives you in a certain way based on your physiology and your body language and things like that. So, if you can portray a more confident physiology, then you will be perceived as a more confident person. So I was always someone who I would basically, or pretty much still, I guess, I would kind of like go from being super confident to like super insecure. So when I was in maybe sophomore year, I guess junior year of high school, I would wear like a mask, I would wear a hood. I had like bad posture. I would like not really look at people very much. I wouldn't really talk very much. I was very quiet, and I was super insecure. I mean, like literally the first maybe 2 weeks of classes, I had a hat, a mask, a hood, and I literally was just like so terrified to show anything about myself because I was so insecure. I thought I just looked terrible, and I was just like really sad about it and stuff like that. And the thing was, 6 months later, when I was doing better and stuff like that mentally, and I didn't have like my hood and my mask on every single day and stuff like that. It's not like physically I changed very much. Like I was about the same person. It's just that I was perceiving myself as having value, and I was able to portray that value to other people through my actions, through my body language and my physiology, like I said. So this is something I've learned a lot about, and I've been like super interested in because you can even see like I think it was my second video that I did about posture. It was like how to improve your posture, because it was something that like was like super important to me, and something that I kind of recognized in self-improvement that was helpful. So anyways, currently this is something I've actually been experimenting with. So most having the physiology of like a dominant confident person is very very rare currently. So basically, most guys especially have the physiology of a weak like beta male person, basically, because when they walk into the room, they have like you know their shoulders caved in, like this, you know what I mean, and then they just are perceived in in an unconfident manner. Like even if their physiology or like their physicality isn't any different, the way you perceive yourself affects how other people perceive you. If you act inconfidently or unconfidently insecure, you will be perceived as though you're insecure. If you act confident, you will be, treated as a confident person. It's like very, very simple. And even just logically, if you just like animalistically, if there was someone who doesn't believe in themselves, even if they're like, like 7'3" or whatever, you would treat them as less than if someone who believes themselves to be like, super confident. You could even think of this as an example of like, if you're walking towards someone, I don't know if you do this, but like sometimes I'll just walk towards someone, and then, you'll see like how like receptive are they to moving out of your way. Does that make sense? So like animalistically, a bigger person would like make the smaller person or like move out of the way more readily, if that makes sense, right? Just animalistically. So imagine there's like a short guy, right? He's like, he's like 5'5", but he's confident in himself and he doesn't like move out of the way. So he's treated like more confidently than someone who's like, 7'3", but like runs away and like hides when you walk by or something like that. You know what I mean? It's very simple, even in a logical sense. And so when I was like a couple days ago, I started really like thinking about my body language, and I learned that if you have the physiology of a very confident person, so I was like, I got this chain recently, so I've been like imagining it from here, but you basically imagine like you're being pulled up by a string from your chest. It's like this, that, right? Like your shoulders back, your head back, and your chest out, kind of like you're being like pulled up or like suspended or something like that. And it kind of like arcs your chest or something. So it's basically the physiology of someone who's maybe like a military personnel or someone who's like very confident and sure of themselves. So if you actually just try this out, you don't even have to like believe a single word I'm saying. If you just try this out for yourself and do this, you'll notice it instantly. I like it's just crazy. So basically, you just believe yourself to be like king, basically. And then act as such. Act as though you're taking up too much space. Like you're not gonna take shit from anyone. And people will treat you differently. Like it's actually crazy. I literally just went to the gym the other day and I had this experience because I just had normal posture before, just like whatever like this. I'll just show you like this. I'm kind of like insecure about my side profile, so I don't really like doing this very much, but yeah, so this would be like kind of shitty posture. If you just imagine this and you take up too much space, it's night and day. So I just recommend you try that. And people were literally like so much nicer. Like people were like just complimenting me out of nowhere, just like being super, super nice, because the way I had this explained to me was they're showing respect to what is perceived as the dominant male in the situation. And it sounds like kind of cringe, whatever, but I don't really give a fuck. So honestly, if you want to be treated better and not treated like a loser, fix your physiology. Get your physiology under check, or under like fucking, what's it called? Bro, why am I unable to speak? You understand what I'm saying though. Like you're intelligent, you probably can figure it out. So yeah, just fix that stuff. There's a couple other things for posture, which is just like neck tucks. I really don't know if that's the best, but like you just do that. Like just neck tuck, give yourself a double chin. And then like shoulder squeezes, like you like squeeze it down like this. And you do that. What is it? 1 to 2 breaths, 3 to 5 reps, 3 times a day. I want to start doing that. I haven't really been, honestly, like, kind of occasionally. And yeah, I think that would be helpful. Aside from just like working out, building more muscle, everything like that. That also helps your physiology. And yeah, we're back on the YouTube grind. I think I was sort of, if you're done with the posture stuff, you can leave. But I was just like overthinking this stuff, which I think is helpful, but it's not helpful when it gets in the way of you actually making content and posting things and stuff. So yeah, cool. All right, well, I hope this was helpful, and have a good one. Peace. Oh, camera fell. I'm just gonna leave this in, bro. I don't give a fuck.